Hey, happy Thursday. Hello, everybody. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Bree. How's it going? How are you guys doing? Looks like the notifications are going out a little bit late still, so we're going to give everybody a little chance to come in. What are you guys up to? I'm still working on the washcloth. Haven't even made it to halfway yet. This is all I've done for just over here at my desk. Hey, Laura. Hi, Tammy. Working on the All in the Family Afghan. Tammy's just finishing up at work. Okay. I know that my streams are a little bit later in the evening. It's just what works for me. I have been adulting all day today. All day. Haven't really gotten too much done as far as crafting. I was editing videos and posting videos on both channels, and so I've got a sit and knit coming out here in the next couple of days here on this channel. I've got several videos going out on my other channel. Mr. Fiber and I went to the dentist this morning, so I'll tell you all about that. And then I did a little bit of shopping, had to get dog food, cat food, paper towels, all. So it was the dollar store run today. And then get that home, get it all put up, get everybody fed. And then Cerberus and Duke and I took a walk, an actual walk today, which was good. Got back to the house, did all the dishes, and started editing videos. So I have been at it all day. It's nice to stop and just do this and talk to you guys. My dad's calling, but I'm not going to answer that right now. He does not know I'm live. You get done with work at 5 as long as there are no late callers. Yeah. So how have you guys been doing with your food stuff? Has anybody decided to restart their food journey in this new year? Yeah, daylight in the evening so you can do some walking. I know, the time change thing, huh? Yep, I understand. And after after lunch here, it starts to get windy and it starts to heat up. Those are the things that happen most of the year here in Texas. So I usually need to walk in the morning. But the last couple mornings we've had frost. So it's been just a little chilly. I don't mind it when it's like 40 and above. That's when I like to walk. And I don't get sweating or anything because it's plenty cool to keep me cooled off, but at the same time, you know, I'm not freezing. My nose and hands and all that aren't freezing. Sautéed garlic beans and grilled fish with no starches. Okay. Now, why no starch, Brie? Have you decided you're not going to do starches? Just wondering. Hey, Suzanne. Freezing rain in Canada. Ugh. That is not something I like. Do not like freezing rain. Mm-mm. And we get a lot of that here. So I hope that you are home safe where you don't have to drive in it. The only good thing about freezing rain is if you can stay home and not have to go anywhere or go outside and walk around. Good. Good deal. You don't have to drive. That's good. Trying to cut back on starches. I need to cut back on the bread. I've been eating too much bread and I can tell. It's starting to build up a little bit. So I'm going to have to spread the bread out a little bit. But I don't so I'm going to update y'all on what I'm doing. Let me bring in my hands while I talk. So let me just say that for this new year, I have decided to go mostly plant-based with occasional but and occasionally eat meat. I want to not eat dairy because I don't feel well when I eat dairy, so I would like to not eat dairy. And as far as meat goes, I really don't like the taste of it anymore. There's not much out there that I like. So it's not I'm probably not gonna eat much at all because I just don't really like it. So that's where I'm at, and that is I'm going to eat as healthy as I can and as clean as I can without eating a lot of processed foods. I want to try to continue to bring in nutrition, like keeping, lots of vegetables and fruits and whole foods and plant-based foods, but I'm not going to stress myself out about it. That's my plan right now. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. Does any of that make sense? And Mr. Fiber is still eating whatever he wants. He will eat the plant-based food, whatever I cook, but I am making meals for him also, so he might eat something that I fix for him that I don't eat. Or it may be something where I can have most of it and the part that I can't have, he eats it. And that's the way we do it. So I'm not really cooking 2 separate meals. I've had somebody ask me that, and I'm not cooking separate meals for the 2 of us. Yes, and I wonder too, Tammy, if some of that is treatment. I don't know, and I can't really answer that. I'm not qualified to tell you whether that is because of your treatments, but it makes me wonder if it is, if you're still not over some of the effects of your treatments. More calories than regular food? Okay. Now, wha are you meaning plant-based as in packaged? So, if you're talking about plant-based and packaged food, I know they definitely do because they have fat, salt, all of that kind of stuff, sugars, and all of that. And so I try to spread like, if I'm gonna have, Beyond Meat, then I will eat the sausage, and then I won't have anything packaged for the rest of the week. Like, spread them out so that I'm not piling the packaged food on top of packaged food. But it gives me, like, a special treat. That's where I treat it as a special treat every now and then. Yeah, I do too. And I'm hoping that all of that starts to get better for you, Tammy, that you don't have near as much of that as you go along. That would be good. Let me see how many I got here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. I'm only at 30. I usually go to 42 and go back. Oh, definitely in fast food restaurants. Foods in the fast food restaurant, that's the problem is you really just don't know what you're getting. And they use fat. They want it to taste good because they want you to come back and say, "Ooh, that place was really good." It's like I went to that vegan fast food place in Colorado Springs, and it was absolutely delicious. They made it look and feel and taste exactly like going out and having a hamburger and french fries. Well, the problem is everything the french fries are fried, so, you just that's just gotta be a special treat. Everything was vegan. Everything was completely vegan, there was no meat, no dairy at all, but it wasn't exactly healthy either. Yeah, all fast food is gonna have bad stuff in it, absolutely. But we don't have anything really here, um, I don't live within a few miles of lots of different fast food places to tempt me. I don't get and I honestly try not to even look at them. Like, when we go out, we go to, like, Abilene or Wichita Falls or something, I we just pretty well drive past them most of the time. I don't say, "Oh, look, it's such and such." My brain has now I trained my brain now not to think food when I go. "Oh, we're going to Abilene. Let's go and eat at blah, blah, blah." We usually go eat at Golden Corral, and then I can pick all the good stuff. Granted, it's not completely healthy, but at least it is you've got your vegetables, you can do, salad and fill up on mostly salad and then do, like, vegetables and potatoes and some bread, and you're good to go, it may be a smorgasbord of stuff, but I can only eat so much. Like, last time we went there, I got a baked potato, and I just put the beans on it, put beans and rice and, like, veggies on the and, not veggies, but hot sauce, and that's what I put on the baked potato. I love baked potato with salsa. That's how I get around the butter. Yeah, and I honestly think that COVID has changed a lot of the fast food and restaurants and things because I don't think that they are getting the quality of the food that they were getting before COVID. And so it feels to me like things don't taste the same anyway. They just I think something has changed in the supply. They don't and everything has gotten so expensive that, like, they're using cheaper products when they cook, if that makes sense. TV is terrible. TV will make you want everything. My problem is usually my emails. That's what's I had to trim out my email from Yarn and all that kinda stuff because I'm real bad about wanting to go buy stuff from the emails. And Amazon, I'm having to be careful with my Amazon because I can get a little crazy buying, stuff off of Amazon too, including food. So, I've got a lot of stuff on subscribe and save now, which helps. It cuts the cost down quite a bit, but um, I'm buying things like the nutritional yeast, um, green tea, but the the cashews that are not roasted or salted, they're just plain, stuff like that. The like berries, cranberries and dates. Um, they're cheaper on Amazon, so I'm buying those that way and getting them. One of the things that is helping me is to make sure that I prep food. Are you guys doing food prep? I have not I have not gotten completely over the tannin taste, but that's okay. Bree, I hope it's okay, but I need to hang on. Oh, sorry. Highlighting stuff and here and there. So the tannin taste in the tea. Yes and no. Honestly, with the green tea, it's better if I put like citrus and stuff in it. It's better. I don't have a problem with the green tea now that I use the citrus flavors. So kale with nutritional yeast and avocado oil, kale, smoked paprika, a little bit of lemon juice. See, now if I do that, um, I might put the avocado in there by itself, or I might use instead of avocado oil, I would use tahini, and that helps cut some of the fat because I do try not to add any oil. I'm still doing that. So I get oil sometimes from some of the treats, like the packaged stuff that I was talking about. But overall, I don't cook with oil. I do use I like to buy the plant-based butter, and I use it a little bit, but not every time I cook. Just on certain things, you just need that little bit of something, and I put a little bit of that, or I put some on my toast. So I do use that, and I like it, and I make no apologies for it. There are no apologies here, you guys. No apologies for what you eat and what you don't eat. It doesn't matter to me what you do, what you don't do. I'm telling you what I do. And if I can be of any help to anybody or any inspiration to anybody, then I would like to. So there you go. That reminds me, Bree, is that I used to have a spritzer. I need to go and look at like restaurant supply. What is having Rosie is having on the have doctor shot for your knee. Ah, the shots do help. They do help. Most people have relief from the shots. It just from what I understand, they don't last very long, so I hope you get good results, Rosie. But I haven't heard of anybody say that the shots didn't help at all. Nobody. Everyone I have ever heard say anything about the shots that it has worked for them. I hit another scrubby color here. See, I got this one was a scrubby color, and then I did the maroon. Now I got the kind of creamish white scrubby. It's a little bit of a challenge to knit with this stuff, you guys. So, restaurant supply. I'm wanting to find, like, PBA free, the bottles, they're like ketchup bottles, uh, with with the clothes, maybe even like the ones where the lid flips down and closes it, something like that, something that's not gonna leak when I turn it over to pour stuff out if it's more liquidy. A lot of them, they work great if it's a little thicker, but if it's more liquidy, they tend to leak a little bit. So here's the thing, I'm wanting to make my plant-based vegetarian broth that I cook with. So I usually will make up a little bit and then I put that in the pan and I will fry, saute, and that kind of thing with that. I want to put it in a bottle to where I can keep it in the refrigerator already made up and then just kind of give it a little shake and then just kind of squirt it in the pan and not have to make it up every time. And I think I might be able to do that with dressing, with the broth. Maybe even I could make the tofu sour cream that's squeezable, those kind of things. But I have not found on what I'm looking for yet. Anybody has heard of anything like that? Let me know. And down in the comments, let me know afterwards. Let me know, please. Okay, hold on. I need to. Have any of you ever shopped at restaurant supplies? We used to have one close by us in Wichita Falls. There used to be one there. I don't know if there still is or not, but there used to be. No, you can make tofu sour cream. Yeah, you can make tofu sour cream. Absolutely. You can make sour cream, you can make yogurt, you can make all kinds of stuff with tofu. Okay. Oh, mason jars, I know. Yeah. But they don't pour out like I'm talking about. But I do a lot of stuff in mason jars. Y'all, have you tried doing your salad in a mason jar yet? It's good. You layer everything in there. You put your dressing on the bottom, and then you layer the veggies on there, and then you put the lid on it, and you can take it to work. And then when you get ready to eat it, you just stir everything up or put it out onto a plate. Hey, Annie, how you doing tonight? There we go. I'm doing what I was wanting to do a second ago. Bear with me, you guys. Hey, Lisa. Yeah, I was wondering about those, but are they You're welcome. Thank you. I appreciate I know that you've been here a lot, and so I decided to do that to help myself. So, thank you. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, Annie. I hope that things will be okay for you. I'm so sorry. Hugs to you, my friend. But I'm wondering if they're BPA free. I thought about looking at, like, Joann's or Hobby Lobby because they do have some of the Wilton stuff there. Because that's one of the kinds that I thought, but I don't know what kind of plastic that is, and I don't want them to break down with the food. So, I don't know. I would think it's okay. So you're still trying okay, so we talked about air fryers the other day. Now I have not done any real research on air fryers. Mm. The one I can tell you that the one I have is the Vortex. It's called the Insta Vortex, and I did an opening for it. You can find the video on my channel. You think the Wilton is well, if they are, and I can maybe go to we're going to Abilene, so maybe we can drop into Hobby Lobby or something. That's dangerous to go in there, but or I can look and see if they have a restaurant supply there because I haven't looked there. I'm drinking my coffee black with a little bit of monk fruit, cutting back on that creamer that I am so addicted to. Trying to anyway. Well, I need to do that. Now the problem that I'm having with my air fryer, and it's an all-in-one, if you know what I'm talking about. My air fryer has air fryer, dehydrator, roaster, baking. Seems like there's something else that I'm missing, like regular baking in an oven. It has that. Anyway, it has all those because and it has a rotisserie thing. Most of that I have not used. Mostly I use it for air frying. I would have been better off just buying a regular air fryer. But at times, I enjoy the feature where I can kind of I think I would like it just because it's just you're just toasting the food. You're just putting that little bit of a toasting on top of the stuff. So, that's why I wonder sometimes if I would like to have toaster oven, you know? Hey, Steve. Good to see you. How are you tonight? Are you on the road again? You've been busy? Okay. I'm glad you're busy. That's a good deal. Yeah. I don't know how many of those are still around, restaurant supply stores. Most of it does is done online, I think, anymore. Okay. So you have a air fryer and it has a setting where you can use it as a toaster oven. Is that what you're saying? Now, do you know the brand name? Can you tell us what that is, Bree? You're in the southern states? Awesome. Oh, I can imagine with Christmas, holidays, all that stuff. I imagine it has been crazy. But if you've been working, 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 you're banking. Are you banking? You like so Steve's saying he likes the Ninja the best. Okay, and Bree is saying hers is called a Hamilton Beach Easy Reach. Okay. Now, what has happened with mine, it works fine. There is absolutely nothing functional wrong with it. It is digital. And I don't like the digital stuff because the readings, they quit working. You can't, the liquid crystals or something, I don't know what it is behind the little magic behind there, and I can't see what the readout is. Can't see it because it's digital. I can't just like, you know, turn a dial and make things happen. It's digital. Woo, you've been through a lot. Snow, ice, rain, fog, and 60-mile per that wind is not fun in a truck, and neither is the ice. I'm glad you're doing okay, though. Glad you've been safe. Now, is the Ninja that you're talking about, is it digital? And what about the one you're talking about, Bree? Is it digital? Okay, thank you. You put it in the group chat? Thank you. Yes, stay safe out there. Absolutely. Stay safe. I wonder if I can look at that. Hold on. Yep, I see it. Let me see what that looks like. Oh, it's a dial. Ooh, awesome. It has a dial. It has a dial. It has 3 dials. Yeah, Breeze has the dials. And okay, and presettings on the Ninja. I wanna say that's what Chelsea has, because Chelsea and her husband just got some. Well, I might have to check that out at Walmart then. And it's called, I'll have to go back and chat and write it down. I know Ninja has a lot of stuff, and most people really enjoy the Ninja stuff. I know that those are, sought after. They're very popular, all the Ninja stuff is. Well, Imma have to ask Chelsea before we go on Saturday. I can fix mine, but I have to take it apart and pull the top off. I saved the video for this, where a guy took it apart and he said, "You take it apart and you do this and then you do that. You open everything up and you look at it, and if these certain things are going on, then he tells you what to do, and then you put it all together and your digital reading is fine." It has something to do with the connections. I just don't know what if I wanna do all that. Mr. Fiber doesn't wanna mess with it. Thank you. Hamilton Beach Easy Reach. Let me take a note. Or the Ninja. Writing that down. Okay, I wrote those down. I hope that helped you too, Tammy. We might have solved at least some issue tonight, huh? What page, Steve? On your page, what page is that? Yes, a lot of people do use them. I don't care for their blender. I had a love-hate going on with not love-hate, but I had an issue. Chelsea actually has a Ninja. It is not I don't think it's as very, user friendly. Oh, do they? Okay. And I haven't even me, the Amazon queen, hasn't even looked there yet. I just for some reason, that's one thing that has not popped in my head in the last week or so. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. You're talking about Facebook probably. And just in case anybody is wondering, I do not accept friend requests anymore on Facebook because it got to be a real mess. So I only have family on my regular personal page, and I spend time talking to other people on my business page or on my group page. Just to clarify that. You're gonna do a temperature blanket? I thought about it, but I have a couple other projects I wanna do. I've got a really fun one I wanna do coming up in February, and then I have one, I have another one that Chelsea and I have been talking about, so I don't think I can actually handle doing that along with all these other ones, but I may do one, say, next year or later on in the year. So, Steve has been eating healthy with an Instant Pot, a Ninja air fryer, and a little mini fridge. Am I correct in that, Steve? Is that the, kind of what you got going on, like, with your appliances that you use? Or is there something I'm missing? Alt knots. Okay, so alt knots, she's doing something called a mood snood. Yeah, so many projects. That's my next video I'm going to do is showing you guys all my projects. Oh, microwave. Okay. Microwave, electric skillet, and 2 fridges. Awesome. I tell you, I wouldn't do without my pressure cooker. I love my pressure cooker. Yeah, she's all decked out in her truck too. Now, I missed somewhere in the mix, and I've not gone back and watched. Excuse me. Maybe you can tell me, Lisa, but what does Dana mean when she says her yarn truck or her yarn she has a truck and then she's got a yarn something like a yarn van or yarn something. What does that mean exactly? You're over 150 pounds lost. Woo! That's awesome. And I know that you feel so much better. I feel a lot better than I did before changing a lot of stuff. I feel a lot better. But I went a little sideways during the holidays. Well, the electric ones are not scary at all to me. And I have all of them. I have lots of pressure cookers, but I love the electric one. Congratulations, Steve. Well done. So, yeah, it's time for me to rein it back in just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, there we go. That's more comfortable. I have my camera way too. I know. A whole new you, huh? That's amazing. Trying to find my sweet spot. But pressure cooker allows me to make things like beans and rice and quinoa and other grains where I can cook them up ahead of time and have them ready to go. It allows me to put together things like soups and stews that they're ready within 30 minutes. It allows me to batch cook so that I have things and I can put them in the refrigerator or put them in the freezer and have them ready to go. That's for me, that's what's successful for me, is having stuff prepared that I can put together. That's successful for me. Oh, that's what it is, her yarn bus. She bought a small camper she calls her yarn bus, a small motor home that she can drive but keeps parked at her mom's while she drives the semi for work. Okay. All right. That makes sense. I never saw that. I For some reason I never did see when she bought it or talked about it, and then she started talking about it in the later videos and I'm like, I don't know what she's talking about. I just missed it somehow. Okay, Steve, I'm glad you came by. I really appreciate it. You take care. It was good to hear from you. Congratulations. Well done. Yes, and be safe. Oh, saying snap peas. You know what that reminded me of, Tammy? I just want to relay this. I like edamame, and I had not bought frozen edamame, which are soybeans. And I had not bought the frozen before. And so I bought a couple bags of edamame in the pods. Let me just say this so that you all know, and I will save you the trouble. They're not very tender, even after you cook them. I cooked them and cooked them for, quite a while. It wasn't just like, okay, just warming up frozen vegetables. I cooked them for quite a while. I had to go through and as I was eating them, I had to chew the pod off of the edamame, the bean that's in. Yes, you have to shell them. So, why do they sell them in the pod then? Why? Someone tell me why they sell them in the pod when they're like that. That ain't right. Hey, Sandy, good to see you. Yes, I love sugar snap peas, and that's what I was I just had cooked them like I do a sugar snap pea. Get them shelled. Don't mess with the frozen and the shells. Yeah, you can't chew them. What's the point? What is the point of selling them in the pods if you can't chew them? At least with a sugar snap pea, you can eat the whole thing. Oh, I see, now you and Mr. Fiber would get along great, Annie, because when we did the peas here at the farm, in our garden out here, we had rows of them, and we'd get what we called a mess. So we'd pull a mess of peas off, and then we'd sit down and we'd sit at the table and we'd chat and we'd watch Star Trek or something like that, and shell peas. Okay, so there is a purpose. You steam them in the pod to keep them moist. Okay. Okay. Hey, Chels. Chelsea's just getting home from work and getting dinner and all that good stuff going too. How are you, hun? Go sit on Mima's porch. Uh-huh, and shell peas. Oh, we had a place here, there was an older gentleman that used to dedicate a certain section at the end of one of his fields every year. And he did the peas for everybody, black eyed peas. And you went out and you just picked what you could pick, and it was free to whoever wanted to come out and pick them. And my daughter Carrie actually went with me and Mr. Fiber and went and we picked peas and shelled peas, and it was great. I mean, just it's fun. I think it's fun. And Mr. Fiber loves doing it. I'm glad you did, hun. And if they're watching, hi Solomon, hi Oliver. I don't know if they're watching, but I may as well say hi just in case. Oh, how neat. See, those are good memories, aren't they? Getting them ready for the bath. Okay. Yeah, we planted black eyed peas and we planted purple hull. We like the purple hull. I don't know why, but the flavor to me was a little bit better in the purple hull. Like they were a little meatier to me. The purple hull were. Yes. There's a farm stand on the way from here to Colorado, and I think it's somewhere around Childress, Texas. And it's on both sides, and it's a son and his mom. And the last couple of years, she's not really had hers open, but he has. And I haven't stopped there for a while because they seem to only have like jams, jellies, um, honey, nuts, like pecans. It's usually where I would pick up pecans and take them to my mom because she would make that stuff with the pecans. And then they didn't have the last few times I've been there, they didn't have a whole lot of fresh vegetables and fruits. Okay, 34. I hadn't made it very far, have I? Okay, Rosie, I've just got about 10 more minutes, so I will see you again tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is the next installment of the Murdoch murders. And so I will be on tomorrow night. So I will see you then. You have a good night, hun. I know there's just special memories, things that, will never pass by again, especially with the people that they did, right? And, we associate a lot of things. That's one of the things about food. We associate a lot of our memories with food, you know? We do. It's it's just a thing. Like with birthdays and other celebrations, they're difficult because they're associated with a lot of memory. Yeah, I don't do okra. Sorry, I don't do okra. Bye, Sandy. Have a good night. Glad you came by. That's okay. I understand. Yeah, I love radishes. Mr. Fiber and I, that's one of the things I usually plant that usually we can usually do. I guess it likes our soil. We usually do pretty good with the radishes. And we planted like 4 different kinds and we put them all in one bed and we had no idea what we were going to get. But I will tell you this next time if I can get in there and do some stuff, they're going to get thinned out. I have not been successful here with carrots. Can't seem to grow carrots. Potatoes, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Uh, onions, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Usually when I do onions, I get green onions or a bulb onion. I don't normally get a full onion. I like the green onion, the bulb onion, so that's fine. We seem to be able to do that. But there's certain things that just for some reason we haven't been able to get to grow here. So I don't know. We will see what I can get done this year. We're not doing potatoes. We're not doing, the rows of stuff. I'm just going to do a few beds of stuff. Oh, I like turnips. Well, turnips, beets, and things like that. I like tubers. It's a tuber, and I love tubers. Thanks for the reminder, Chels. Appreciate it. So that's a different way to do it than the Rubbermaid totes. Interesting. See, I know that here at the I don't know what you call it. It's not Meals on Wheels. I mean, it is, but they also have a dine-in for them. So they take it out to people who can't come in, but they also serve in in-house. And they always have onions and fresh stuff cut up and on the table with whatever they're serving, and usually comes out of somebody's garden around here. That's kind of cool. I'm glad they do that. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna be right the senior center. Yes, thank you. You have one too? Yes, at the senior center. Yep, they're still going. I don't know if yours is still going. I'm amazed because, there were so many of them in my area that, because when I quit doing hair, there were so many that had passed. I didn't know that they even had, you know, any senior people for the senior center. Hi, Kathy. Yes, well, you're probably not far off, but like this next month, into January, into February is where we usually put in the potatoes and the onions to get ready. So, what I will do is I'm not going to put in the potatoes. I may put in onions. I just get them at the grocery store and then just put some out in one of the beds. That's what I may do, but I'm not going to do potatoes. We usually do But what I'm gonna do is get everything ready because then I can usually by, what is it, Easter weekend or somewhere just after Easter, Good Friday, somewhere around in there is when I usually plant, at least here in Texas. But I usually look at the, almanac to see. Oh, so then they passed it over to a church. Uh-huh. Oh, you do? See? You're one of those good people that bring the good stuff in there. I like that. I like that you do that. That's awesome. I did it a couple times, but I didn't actually take it down and give it to them. I just gave it to some of the people and they shared it, you know, some of the people that ate there. Now, do you buy the Farmer's Almanac, Annie? I noticed that they were putting them out. There's one that, they don't put them in a book now. It looks like they all come out in like a, one of these pamphlet type, you know, size, this smaller size that look like they came out now like that. I usually just go online because I'm just not going to read the whole thing. I'm really not. Oh no, you had to start that row over again, huh? Yeah, I read it online now too. I would love to do that, but I don't have enough light. I would have to use grow lights, and I just don't want to set all that up. Okay, you guys, we can talk more about the gardening now. These chats are going to be every other week. Just so you guys know, I'm not going to do these every week. It's going to be every other week. So, but we can talk about gardening if you want to talk about planting veggies. We can do that next time too. Thank you for the help on the air fryers. Thank you all for coming in tonight. I appreciate your being here. I hope you all are doing better at being healthier, whether it is your brain, your attitude, all of those things, or whether it is what you're eating. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing with us. And I'll talk to you guys later. Love y'all.